the all-new Sunrise Morning Show on 3FM 92.7 with me, Johnnie Hughes, Helen Apiampofo, weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7.
3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Follow us on social media. Twitter at 3FM 92.7. Facebook at 3FM 92.7. And also on 3news.com.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Said this morning I woke up and I looked in the mirror and every part of my body was in place. Many people died and never saw this day. So another day I live, I appreciate. Don't ever wanna argue too high and mighty, cause tomorrow I can fall down on my face. So in everything, Lord, I give you praise, and that puts a smile on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Don't fuss and fight, let us unite. We got one life, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day, yeah, it's a beautiful day. So yeah, do I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, won't be dismayed when I see the clock ticking away and things are not in place. Everything in life happens for a reason. Disappointment comes with a lesson. It's for me to get wiser, got to work harder. In the end, it will get better. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Don't fuss and fight, let us unite. We got one life, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Hey. If you got life, then give God praise. You may not have much, but you're living day by day. You can't have faith and don't want to work. Get up off that seat and put that brain to work. Yeah, hey, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It may not be the way I want it to be, but I thank you for every situation that made me good and bad friends that came into my life, and those who are still here today. Lord, I thank you. Yeah. Lord, I thank you. Yeah. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you for
Busy on this frequency. 92.7
Thank you
3FM.
for pain. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Craig gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3FM.
Good morning, welcome to the 6 a.m. news right here on 3FM 92.7. We come to you live from our studios here at Desawe Kanda in Accra and our numerous affiliates across the country. Also live on Facebook and on X, as well as all our social media platforms. Coming up this morning, President Mahama appoints COP Christian Tete Yohunu as new IGP, replacing Dampari. Meanwhile, security analyst Professor Kwesi Ening and Imani Africa had petitioned the Supreme Court to restrain the President Mahama from firing the IGP. Also, this morning, Finance Minister Dr. Cassiel Atufonsing presents bills to enable government to repeal and abolish e-levy and other nuisance tax to Parliament. Plus, Ghana readies to receive 150 Ghanaians in various detentions awaiting deportation from the USA. We have details of these and many more coming up shortly. Please do stick and stay. I'm Judith Brown. We start from here. President John Dramani Mahama has appointed Commissioner of Police COP Christian Tete Yohonu as the new Inspector General of Police IGP, according to an official statement from the presidency dated Thursday, March 13, 2025. While the appointment made in accordance with Articles 91 and 202 of the 1992 Constitution and in consultation with the Council of State sees COP Yohonu taking over from COP Dr. George Akuffo Dampare, who has been relieved of his position. Now, COP Yohonu is expected to lead efforts in the modernization and transformation of the Ghana Police Service. Meanwhile, ahead of the new appointment, security analyst Professor Kwesieni and Imani Africa were praying the Supreme Court to restrain the president from firing the IGP and any other security heads until an ongoing case relating to the matter is decided by the court in May 2025. Well, according to the plaintiff, the said security heads will be unfairly treated if they are removed before the matter, which is pending before the Supreme Court, is heard. Take a listen to Kofi Bento, Vice President of Imani Africa.
Many people think that in every case, an appointing authority also has the power to revoke the appointment. It is not so. The president, for instance, can appoint a judge, all right, but cannot remove the judge. You can appoint, but to go through, there is a process you have to go through if you're going to remove the person. And the law is clear that ranked officers and other service chiefs may not be removed. I don't want to believe that the president will do that, because that will be contentious of the Supreme Court. That will be, defeating the ends of justice by trying to, overreach the court. Okay. But if that happens, actually, we are all going to be thrown into a constitutional crisis, because you have a situation where the matter is before the Supreme Court. We don't know whether it's going to go this way or that way. I think that they will wait. But if they do not wait, in fact, none of the parties, including the security chiefs that are involved, may also, take certain actions that will, overreach or make the rulings of the court nugatory. So we just hope that it doesn't happen that way. We can all wait. But if it happens that way, look, this is a matter of stating the constitutional issue, not personal. And I hope that we will be charting a better course going forward instead of repeating the mistakes of the past.
Well, still on the president, and he has served notice to all CEOs of state-owned enterprises that he will not relent to crack the whip if they fail to meet their KPIs by the first quarter of 2025. In a stern directive with clear marching orders, the president declared zero tolerance for mediocrity and financial mismanagement in all state-owned enterprises with immediate effect.
SIGA will act as a command center and be equipped with executive authority to negotiate and enforce performance contracts with heads of entities, conduct regular in-depth assessment of SOE finances, ensuring transparency and exposing mismanagement, issue binding directives, implement compliance mechanisms, and intervene directly in underperforming entities. Commission independent audits to identify inefficiencies and financial leakages. Loss-making SOEs will no longer be tolerated. They will be swiftly reformed, they will be merged, privatized, or shut down. Corruption, procurement fraud, and financial mismanagement will be prosecuted strictly, and boards that rubber stamp poor decisions will be replaced.
Now, the Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Atuforsing, has presented the bills that would enable government to repeal and abolish the e-levy and other levies to Parliament. Now, he laid the papers on Thursday, and the Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Atuforsing, on Tuesday, March 11, presented the 2025 budget to Parliament. Now, in the presentation, he promised to scrap the electronic levy, beton tax, emissions levy, and abolish the COVID levy. On Thursday, the minister presented to Parliament bills that would enable government scrap those levies. Meanwhile, former Finance Minister Mohammed Amin Adam has conceded that his comments denying the MPP implemented beton tax created a wrong impression. He explained that he was referring to taxes on lotto winnings, not winnings from betting. He made the clarification during a media briefing by the minority in Parliament.
If you know that betting tax is different from other taxes on lotteries, and the minister in the same statement sought to equate the two. And then I needed to explain that the betting tax he was referring to had actually not been implemented. But I can also understand that, and I've listened to myself again, I've listened to the statement, and it appears the statement created an impression that I meant betting tax as it relates to bet winnings was not implemented. If that's the impression that was created by my statement, then that was inaccurate on my part.
To some other stories, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, says 150 Ghanaians are currently in various detention centers in the United States awaiting deportation to Ghana. He added that measures have been put in place to ensure their safe arrival and reintegration into society. While the Minister, who was in Parliament to brief the House on the measures taken regarding the deportation of Ghanaians from the United States of America, also clarified that the U.S. government will bear the cost of the air tickets for the deportees.
Currently, there are 150 Ghanaians in detention across various centers in the U.S. who are awaiting deportation for crimes such as rape, internet fraud, and illegal entry. None of the affected Ghanaians are in detention as we speak. 50 out of the 150 individuals have received final deportation orders from the courts. Their deportation is expected to take place by mid-year, mid-2025. The remaining 100 cases are either under appeal or have been dismissed. Representations have been made to U.S. authorities on behalf of one Ghanaian on the grounds of ill health.
Now, the minister also noted that from April this year, Ghana's passport will be modernized into a chip-embedded passport, an international requirement, while arrangements are going on to effect a reduction in the cost of attaining a passport from 500 to 350 cedis. To more stories now, the Ghanaian or Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, has served notice to petition the Chief Justice of an interim injunction that forced a shutdown of a radio station in the Eastern region. Now, the plaintiffs in their affidavit claimed that the operations of the radio station and two others caused excessive noise, but the GJA has expressed reservations. Meanwhile, the association is calling for the arrest of illegal miners who attacked 3 journalists in the Western region.
We respectfully call on the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana to take particular interest in this case because it has the tendency to undermine trust and confidence in the judiciary, as well as freedom of expression in the media. We intend to petition the Chief Justice accordingly, and we believe that our Mother Chief Justice will take keen interest in this matter.
And that's how we wrap up with the 6 a.m. bulletin right here on 3FM 92.7. My name is Judith Brown. A pleasure coming to you always. Do stay and stick with us because business news is up next.
Gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
3 FM. Follow us on social media. Twitter at 3FM927. Facebook at 3FM927. And also on 3news.com.
Gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the business news on Sunrise. Coming up, newly inaugurated Bank of Ghana board reaffirms commitment to turning around the negative equity position of the central bank.
The decisions taken here will not only shape the future of the bank, but also impact businesses, households, and the overall economy.
Also, World Bank offers Ghana $15 million for SOE reform.
The successful preparation and publication of the 2023 State Ownership Report is the first important milestone under the program. And I'm confident ownership report is the first important milestone under the program. And I'm confident that there will be more to follow.
Plus, government seeks to raise 8.26 billion cedis in short-term debt through treasury bills. My name is Minua Full. We'll bring you details of our headlines and many other stories shortly. Now the details. Vice President Professor Annan has charged the newly inaugurated board of the Bank of Ghana to take decisive steps in restoring public trust and stabilizing the economy. She emphasized that the success of the government's economic reset depends on the central bank's leadership. Meanwhile, the newly inaugurated Bank of Ghana board has reaffirmed commitment to turning around the negative equity position of the central bank.
The new board assumes office at a critical time, with the Bank of Ghana facing significant financial challenges. The central bank recorded a negative equity position of 55.1 billion cedis in 2022, largely due to losses from the Domestic Debt Exchange Program, DDEP. Inflation remains high at 23.1% as of February 2025, and the cedi has depreciated by over 15% against the US dollar in the past year. Board Chairman and Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama acknowledged these challenges and assured Ghanaians of bold reforms.
Our mission is clear, Your Excellency. We must restore confidence in the Bank of Ghana. We must uphold price stability, and we must strengthen our financial position and reinforce good governance. The decisions taken here will not only shape the future of the bank, but also impact businesses, households, and the overall economy.
Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman stressed that the board must align its policies with global best practices to rebuild the economy and maintain financial stability.
The President's social contract with the people of Ghana to reset, rebuild, and restore public trust and macroeconomic stability through responsive financial sector governance and sound economic policies rests on your shoulders.
The newly constituted board comprises 12 members with over 40% female representation, a move the Vice President lauded as a step toward inclusivity in financial governance.
That was a report charging the newly sworn-in Bank of Ghana board to restore trust and stabilize the economy. In more news, the World Bank has announced that Ghana could access $15 million in funding if the State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, meets set targets to improve the performance of debt-laden state-owned enterprises. Speaking during a meeting between the President and SIGA-affiliated entities, World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, Robert Taliersio O'Brien, reaffirmed confidence in Ghana's economic recovery efforts, emphasizing the need for effective SOE management.
Under the USD $150 million Public Financial Management for Service Delivery Program, the World Bank will provide $15 million to the government if SIGA achieves agreed targets towards improving the performance of SOEs. The successful preparation and publication of the 2023 State Ownership Report is the first important milestone under the program, and I'm confident that there will be more to follow, including the finalization of the proposed performance evaluation of the 16 SOEs that SIGA has identified. The World Bank is also supporting reforms through the $300 million budget support instrument with policy actions, including those targeting reforms of ECG.
You heard the voice of the World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, Robert Taliersio O'Brien, emphasizing the need for effective SOE management. Away from that, government of Ghana is set to raise an additional 8.26 billion cedis in short-term debt at the next Treasury bill auction today. The proceeds are mainly to settle maturing debts, and there's more in the following news desk report.
According to the Treasury bill auction notice, government will issue short-term debt securities with maturities ranging from 91 to 182 days as it seeks to raise 8.26 billion cedis in short-term debt. The move aims to finance government's budget deficit and refinance maturing debt. T-bill auction is a regular occurrence through the Bank of Ghana, allowing government to raise funds from domestic investors, including banks, pension funds, and individual investors. Despite the robust demand, interest rates on the short-term instruments declined. The 91-day T-bill yield has dropped to 17.71% from 20.79%. Interest on the 182-day T-bill saw yield drop to 18.96%, down from 22.98%. The 364-day T-bill also recorded a decline in rate, settling at 19.98% from 22.69% in the previous auction. Government's decision to raise additional funds through the T-bill auction is part of its effort to manage the country's debt portfolio and finance its development projects.
Away from that, the Ghana Revenue Authority says broad stakeholder engagement is crucial for the successful implementation of the VAT rationalization policy. This follows the announcement in the 2025 budget by the Finance Minister to streamline VAT for greater equity and compliance. Speaking at the KPMG post-budget dialogue, Commissioner General of the GRA, Anthony Kwesi-Sarpong, reaffirmed the authority's commitment to supporting government's efforts to enhance VAT administration and generate much-needed revenue for national development.
Many of us will attest to the fact that you go to some shop and they will ask you, do you want a VAT invoice or want a normal invoice? That simply means that some people are collecting the taxes, but they are pocketing it, and we are all not benefiting. So the rationalization will look at the rates, the rationalization will look at the reach, and the rationalization will take away the nuances in the VAT system such that it will make it efficient and it make it fair and make it applicable to all. The minister has signaled that this is going to happen in 2025, and we're going to support him to ensure that this happens. That will involve comprehensive stakeholder engagement, businesses and individuals to contribute ideas to the rationalization. Again, the IMF is going to support that. I believe that at the end of it all, we'll come out with a VAT policy that is implementable, that will be efficient, and that will ensure that we generate the needed revenue to support our national development.
And that was Commissioner General of GRA Anthony Kwesi-Sarpong advocating for broad stakeholder engagement on VAT rationalization policy. Let's now take a listen to how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some of our key commodities are faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange markets where banks trade amongst themselves, the dollar is selling at 15 cedis 65 pesos. It recorded no price change. The British pound is selling at 20 cedis 28 pesos. It gained 7 pesos. The euro is selling at 17 cedis. It lost 5 pesos. However, be guided that these figures will be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is selling at $70 per barrel. It lost $1. The price of gold gained $74, trading now at about $2,982 per ounce. The price of cocoa lost $183, trading at about $8,172 per ton.
That was an update from the Forex and Commodities markets, bringing us to the end of the business news on Sunrise. For more stories, kindly check out our website. It's www.3news.com. My name is Minu Afol. Stay tuned. Sunrise continues.